is Eric Nord, and I'm one of the owners of Leon Gallery in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. And you just were telling me how passionate you are about your artists at this gallery.
Yes, we have a really great collection of young emerging artists.
Okay.
One in particular, Diego Rodriguez Warner.
Just looking at this, it sounds like he's a RISD MFA recipient and multiple awards, and he's gotten some great commissions lately.
Very
and
recently.
These are his two-dimensional works as well.
And he collaborated on a show at our gallery just a few months ago, and it featured two-dimensional work as well as sculptural work. Received wonderful write-ups in the Denver Post, and he's just really exciting. He has a process unlike any other artist I've come across.
Oh, okay.
And extremely hardworking.
And what do you mean by his process is different?
He although he's creating two-dimensional works, he's creating three-dimensional maquettes of the compositions. They're assemblages that he then
this is beautiful.
uses as a reference for when he's creating the works on panel.
Oh, okay.
He's also discovered this whole new technique of carving into drywall.
Right. Well, I noticed there was some carving going on here too. It looks
It's
like.
amazing texture.
So he's been some of those was the bank commission going to be on drywall, or is it going to be a panel?
That's going to be wood panel, and that's a 8-foot by 16-foot piece, and that will be going up sometime in the fall.
And was the gallery that's what I'm looking for? Do the gallery assist in do you as a gallerist do you assist in obtaining commissions for your artists?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah. We're working directly with the artists as well as other institutions within the community.
Excellent.
Seeking out commissions
That's fantastic.
Residencies.
Yeah.
Another one of our artists, Matt Scobie, received a 10-week residency in Mexico City as part of the Biennial of the Americas.
Oh, fantastic.
He was one of 2 artists from Denver that were chosen in an ambassadorial exchange between the 2 cities. Really
I think that's
reaching out to...
It's kind of old school, like Leo Castelli, back in the day, like where the gallery takes like an interest.
Absolutely.
In, a real interest, true, like a young artist is fortunate to get any opportunity because there's so many fewer opportunities to exhibit professionally than there are artists. For a gallery to really invest, in growing their artists.
We consider it a collaboration with the artists.
Oh, okay.
It's
so a little bit of a different philosophy.
The core group of artists that we work with they're like family to us, and we really work together with them, and we also give them the freedom. One of the things that we really try and do with the artists is say, here's our space. Tell us what the show you've always wanted to do.
Oh, wow.
And let's make it happen.
Artists all over the world are going to be like beating down
we are booked
door.
up. We are booked up 2 years in advance. So
I can see why. That's really interesting. You said Matt Scobie is some of his work.
This is the concrete
this is very different. Very different.
And these are actually. So these works are actually, it's a light. So he's put a light inside, and then
I'm seeing Donald Judd, and then over here I'm seeing, the Brancusi.
Absolutely. It's all about materiality, really being as raw and simple as possible. But the forms are made by using ready-made molds.
Okay.
So.
Which is what you do with concrete.
These rectangular shapes have been created with discarded IKEA shelving.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The cone structures are traffic cones.
Oh, wow.
So he's finding volumetric forms that in garbage, in supermarkets, Gatorade bottles, halved basketballs, and using those as his molds to create these forms.
Okay, very cool. So there's kind of there's a little bit of a throwback, like in this one, there's a little bit of a throwback modernist aesthetic.
Yeah, definitely.
But then the process is more postmodern.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little bit more irony with the ready-made forms that he's using.
I mean, unless you want to make an argument about Duchamp, but I won't go there. So.
Yeah, I mean, he really respects
Yeah.
Duchamp, but Duchamp was using ready-made form itself rather
Right.
than a ready-made volume to create.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's very true. Well, fantastic.
This is a LA artist, Jude
Okay.
Schwartz, that we're showing in March.
Oh, great.
And he's got a background in computer programming and technology.
Oh.
He
Oh, yeah. I
discovered a way.
didn't really know. What are these, like motherboards or
No, they're
or like
e-paper screens from Kindles.
screens? Oh, okay. Yeah, they look like screens, but then they're
He figured out a way to embed an image on them and remove the power source entirely, and the
Okay.
image remains.
yeah. And I wouldn't unless I'd gotten up close to look at that. I mean, they read very two-dimensional. Like they read very flat.
But what's really interesting is
Until you get
these
a close-up.
images he's actually created in a 3D program, like an AutoCAD.
Oh, okay.
So it has X, Y, and Z coordinates to it. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Very cool. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to shut off my video now.